So why did you click on a video about purpose? Well, I guess you clicked because you're curious if there's something to learn here, and you expect some light entertainment. You'll settle for a video that does just that. Well, I don't. So let's play a game here. I'll have you checkmate by the end of this video. I win if you feel you've learned something profound. Something that may alter the course of your life. Oh, and we don't play each other. We both lose if you decide to stop playing. But the stakes are higher for me. You only lose a couple of minutes of your life. I and my team lose a few months of hard work. So, what do you say? This is Surpassing Success, a video series for you to discover a fulfilling life and business. We exist to help you as a business professional, leader, or entrepreneur to make your life and business more purposeful, joyful, and rewarding. This episode is about finding your purpose in life and business. So, my first move is to just lay it out there. You feel you have a problem, but you don't really know what it is. I think I know what it is. You lack purpose. I reckon you're a relatively successful person, you're in a long-term relationship, maybe have a couple of kids, and the thing you're maybe most proud of, you've built something. You figured it out. Good for you. I mean that. Don't take it for granted. You've worked hard for it, and it means something. But not everything. There's this interesting writer, David Brooks. He would say you've climbed your first mountain. A mountain called success. Yeah, like that. That's nice and great, but it doesn't satisfy you. If you're honest, you just can't stand the sight of it anymore. There was no treasure on the top, and you feel cheated. You need to understand something. If you want to play this game called life honestly, you need to consider leaving that mountain of success. That is a choice. You don't have to. Some men stay on the mountaintop for years, but a mountaintop is not a good place to live. It's lonely and cold usually. And it comes with a price. You'll need ever more success to feel satisfied to stay on top, and you'll do anything to get it. Success is a bit like the ring in Lord of the Rings. You know, that ring that turns Smeagol, Frodo, and Bilbo slowly into addicts, monsters even. Success, like the ring, tempts you. It seduces you with the promise of power, money, fulfillment, and through that, it has the ability to corrupt you, make you fall from your mountain, deep and fast, out of control, publicly or privately. I guess we all know a few people that got lost along the way. The great philosopher Nietzsche might say, men who have tried to battle monsters but have become monsters instead. Men who have fallen deep into the abyss, absorbed by the nothingness. That abyss is filled with unhappy workaholics, men and women working their way through life, disconnected, cynical, afraid, and stressed out. That is no life well lived. You are something. Somebody. You have a mind, a body, a soul. You have a place in this world, and you can help it flourish if you find your purpose. That is what I believe. But do you believe it? If you don't, you may need to spend some time in what we call the valley. The valley is the place where we find ourselves once we move away from that mountain of success. The Danish philosopher Kierkegaard would say it's the place for you to internalize, to look deep into your soul and discover who you truly are. Mind your step though. You don't want to lose your balance here, so carefully find your way down. If you need a guide, I'll try to be one. Together, we will move away from a life of success to a life of significance, a life of purpose. Can you already see that new mountain shimmering in the clouds? A mountain of significance? We'll get there. But first, you need to learn to embrace your time in the valley. Learn to even love it. Learn to let go of your fears and find new courage, new desire. All sounds a bit philosophical. Agreed. Time for my next move. Meet Bart Kuipers, a well-known Dutch entrepreneur. Welcome, Bart. Good to have you. As a student in the late 90s, you and two other guys started a small business selling MP3 players from your attic. To give our international viewers an idea, what does that company look like nowadays?
The company is called Coolblue, and it's one of the biggest web stores of the Netherlands, and it's a multi-billion company.
Sounds like a great story of success, but you're not involved in Coolblue anymore, correct?
No, that's correct. I left a couple of years ago.
If I may ask, why did you leave in the first place?
Yeah, I thought there should be more. I wanted to explore that, to mean more to the world than what I was doing at that time.
And did you have a moment in the valley?
Yes, I did. I decided to, with my wife, to start a care farm to help youth who needed some help, to heal mentally, who needed a home. At first it was beautiful to do, but after that I got into a very deep burnout, partially because it didn't really suit my skills and my talents. So that was a difficult time for me.
What lesson did you learn?
I was looking for my second mountain, but I think that your second mountain is not far away from who you are, from your talents and from your skills and your experiences that you have, and you have to build on that.
And find it from within.
Exactly, yes.
Point is that you need to take experiences of doubt, setback, or failure seriously. That is the valley. A place that allows you to grow as a person. Bart wanted more out of life. He wasn't willing to settle. And make no mistake, that takes courage. Most people settle. They live from experience to experience, success to success. If that is all you want, you can just as well stop watching this video. But if you hunger for more, take a look over there. We're approaching that new mountain. If your first mountain was about success, about your pursuits, for you, for your own happiness, then the second mountain is about something that is greater than you. About the pursuit for meaning. It's all about how we interpret what happens to us, what meaning we give to it. Even in the worst circumstances, in the absolute absence of happiness, there can still be meaning. Why is that important? Well, take Viktor Frankl, a brilliant psychiatrist from the 1930s. He had a successful career, a beautiful wife, but then he lost it all when he found himself enslaved in one of the most infamous Nazi death camps. And there, in that darkest of places, where he was completely stripped of all his humanity, he came to a beautiful realization. He who has a reason to live can deal with almost any circumstance in life.
The lesson I had to learn in Auschwitz was those people who had a strong meaning orientation toward the future, toward a work to complete in the future, toward a person waiting for them at home, were most likely to survive. And I believe that something parallel even holds for mankind as a whole.
In the camps, Frankl discovered that he still held control over one thing, his attitude towards his experiences. And he developed a strong belief that meaning and purpose is found in pursuing a cause greater than oneself. His purpose helped him focus on helping others, comforting those around him, and it kept him on his feet. As he put it, love is the ultimate and the highest goal to which man can aspire. What a statement, coming from a man who personally experienced mankind at its worst. And good purpose helps you to survive in the hardest of circumstances, even after going through the horrors of the Holocaust. But purpose also helps you with daily life. Frankl found his why in life, and this why stopped him from feeling cynical, apathetic, or egotistic. A why. Sound familiar? This guy, Simon Sinek, helped popularize it and helped apply it to life and business in recent years. Sinek's thinking has influenced millions of people, among some of the greatest European entrepreneurs. Focusing on a clear why gave their companies direction and attracted new personnel and customers. But don't just use the why instrumentally, like a trick or a life hack. It will lose its power if you do. The why needs to be real, authentic. It's about your unique purpose. Sinek and Frankl believe that every human has an innate, deep-seated desire to search for meaning and purpose. Your why is about who you are and what you'll bring to this world. The moment you start listening to it, the moment you tap into that, that is the moment you start climbing your mountain of significance. And that will give you the direction you need to live life to the fullest and help our world flourish. Look at the board. We're making progress, but also our queen might be in danger soon. We made a tricky move there with all this talk about purpose and meaning. You see, some people believe that there's no such thing as meaning. They believe in an impersonal universe where mankind will not be missed by the Earth and the galaxy if they don't exist anymore. Life is only matter, substance, fate, or chaos. Others believe our brains determine what we do. There's no free will, and therefore there's no ultimate meaning in life. So for many, all this talk about purpose is like walking on thin ice. It makes you fully responsible for the choices you make. Suddenly, those choices matter. They matter to your family, friends, the people you live with, the stakeholders of your company, and society. Your conscience matters. It's almost as if life itself is a higher power to which you are accountable. A game changer. Okay, it seems we had to sacrifice our queen there. But let's not dwell on it for too long. Time to set up for my next move. Remember, we win if you're convinced that a good purpose is worth pursuing. Let's focus on that adjective. Good. I presume a terrorist like Andres Breivik was filled with a deep sense of purpose when he initiated his devastating killing spree across the island of Utoya. The same goes for the 9/11 bombers flying into the World Trade Center. Or let's take this a bit further. Adolf Hitler, Stalin, Mao Zedong, I guess they all undeniably lived with purpose, but was it good? The devastation, suffering, trauma, hundreds, thousands, some of them even millions of dead people. You get my point, right? Just the purpose isn't enough. You need a good purpose. It needs to be morally right. So how do we establish what a good purpose is then, you might wonder? Hitler and Stalin set aside, isn't good or bad a bit arbitrary? Is it much of that culturally determined? Fair point. Well, maybe the key to a good purpose is found in the well-being of other people, in endeavors that are undeniably good for the people around us, endeavors that make them thrive, or, like I put it before, that help our world flourish. By the way, I'm doing quite all right, have you noticed? But let's make this all a bit more practical. Remember Bart? Bart, how would you describe your purpose nowadays?
Well, nowadays, my purpose in life is to be an enabler. I have 2 companies at the moment. The first one is an real estate company, and we help NGOs with their real estate. Mostly NGOs who, for example, help former inmates or ex-prostitutes. But my real passion in life is Royalis. Royalis is an investment company, and we invest in other companies, and we help entrepreneurs to achieve their goals in life with their company.
From research, we know that a good purpose consists of 5 elements. Would you mind if I test them on you?
Go ahead.
Ready? Okay, here we go. Is it bigger than yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Nowadays, entrepreneurs, they're asked to participate in society as well, to do good, environmental or socially. Even with our own company, where we can show in the investment world that you can really play the long game, and you don't have to squeeze the results out of an entrepreneur, but you can really elevate him to achieve his goals.
Secondly, you have to love it. Do you?
Yeah, absolutely. I really love entrepreneurs. I think it's really the way they think. They think differently, and they dare to take risk and responsibility. They see other solutions that others don't see, and they don't only see it, but they make it happen. And that's what I really like about entrepreneurs. What I also see is that it can be quite lonely as an entrepreneur. That really touches me, to be there for them and to know how it is.
Well, they're lucky to have you. Nice. Next point. Is your purpose realistic and attainable?
I think so. I have the means, I have the strategy, I know what to do, I have the means, the people. It's important to be realistic if you want to achieve your goals.
Next point. Your purpose should be about real people.
Yes, it absolutely is. It's all about relationship. I think what we do with the real estate, it's also about relationship, to be there for people in need. But with the Royalis as well, if you want to have influence in companies, you have to have a relationship. And of course that takes time, but it's absolutely worth it. Yeah.
A good purpose keeps it in all circumstances, in times of glory and in crisis, not related to positions or roles.
Yeah, I absolutely agree on that as well. So for example, one of the entrepreneurs we invested in came in trouble with his company. And as a result, he had to leave the company. But the relationship is still there. And I still want to enable him to find his purpose. So that's still there.
Thank you, Bart. I guess we can say Bart found his purpose, climbed his second mountain. But how about you? How do we get you closer to discovering your purpose in life, to your mountain of significance? Okay, I'm pretty sure there's no escaping. But I bought us some time and sacrificed a pawn there. Let's do a quick experiment. Still this one from Stephen Covey, the writer of The 7 Habits. I love that book. Here we go. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're at a funeral. You're sitting there. Those chairs are never really comfortable, are they? You look around. Sad faces everywhere. Some teared up. By now you start to wonder whose funeral it is. And so you take a peek beyond the person in front of you. And there, 2 rows on, you discover the casket of the victim of the sad event. Stylish and firm oak wood. It's covered in flowers, but there's something wrong. Your picture's on it. It's you who's lying in that coffin. You're attending your own funeral. Suddenly you realize that the people sitting around you are the older versions of people you care for, who care for you, or once did. Your wife, your children, a brother, a sister, close friends, a few colleagues you grew close with over the years, or maybe a business partner. And then, one by one, they walk to the small pedestal in the front of the room to hold your eulogy. What will they say? They will talk about you as a person, about who you were as a human being? What did you add to their lives? To their world? To the world, maybe? You can open your eyes now if you haven't already. You see, there's a lot to learn here. A good purpose is about who you want to become. It's about your legacy and what you leave behind in the hearts of them who have known you. When you think about it, all your material successes will ultimately turn to dust. Civilizations, companies, buildings, technology, art, nothing lasts. Alexander lost his empire. Caesar's buildings are crumbling down. But what your loved ones remember you for, that's something that resonates with eternity. So use this exercise to put into words your own personal mission statement about who you want to become. Write it down. Defined in character, principles, and immaterial attributes. What you long for defines your ambitions. Your ambitions define your thinking. Your thinking, your actions. Your actions, your destiny. So make this statement your personal starting point and foundation for life. Use it as a benchmark against which you measure your future business ideas and endeavors, a catalyst for your dreams about the future, as a guiding star to steer you towards a life filled with purpose. If you give it time to do its work, I promise you, the outcome will amaze you. Time for a breather, right? Breathe in and breathe out. Ready for a short summary? Here we go. We stood there on the first mountain of success. We found out why you need a purpose and discussed that you need to let go of success as the ultimate goal and redefine it for your life. That is the valley. We made a couple of moves to discover that a good purpose is morally sound, is bigger than yourself, attainable, about real people, and that you have to be able to enjoy it and be passionate about it. And moreover, you've made steps in formulating your guiding principles and the values you want to live your life by. Checkmate. In 12 moves. You made it all the way. I won, but I guess you too. Great success, right? Reminds me of the first mountain. By the way, business success is not a bad thing. Be grateful if you're successful, but it's just not your ultimate purpose. It's not the measure of your life. Your life is about the second mountain, the mountain where your focus shifts from being successful to being of significance. Your mountain of significance. If you enjoyed this video and feel ready to dive deeper, we have a free ebook waiting for you. And if you're seeking to discover your own purpose, don't forget to download our practical toolkit. Both are readily available on our landing page, and I think you might really like them. Furthermore, if you're excited about exploring more episodes from Surpassing Success, we warmly invite you to visit our landing page or check out our YouTube channel. We'd love to see you there.